Now, Shorna, Nazifa and Ayushi will be presenting a dance with the song Tobe Sohochori, which is welcoming every friend to hold their hands and to dance. This dance was choreographed by their favorite Orno Communita.
And how long did it take for you guys to come up with this item and to rehearse?
3 months. 3 months for this one piece. A lot of work. Congratulations to the kid. 10, and he will say a few words. It's always a pleasure to hear him, because his words always land directly in your heart.
So I'll read that note on behalf of you. Friends, due to my recent illness, I am unable to be with you today in person. However, it pleases me to see the Vancouver Tagore Society is growing in understanding and maturity towards the universally respected ideals, the oneness of all human beings that Tagore espoused. The recent unique and beautiful rendering of Tagore's dance drama, Shama, by Orno Kamalika, and mention the invaluable and selfless service of our board members and other volunteers. Friends, I have been asked to say a few words about my father, Professor Tan Yun Shan, a Buddhist scholar from China and also a great admirer of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. My father was asked by Gurudev, that means Tagore, to join the staff in Shantiniketan when the latter was visiting China in 1927. Tan Yun Shan, who was familiar with the writings of Gurudev, immediately agreed and spent the rest of his life living out Tagore's ideals. Such was the profound influence of Tagore's on him. Thus began the long pilgrimage and sojourn of Tan Yun Shan and his family in Shantiniketan. In those days, the historical experiences of the Chinese pilgrim scholars visiting India, such as Yuan Shan, Fahian, and many others, were held in high esteem in both India and China. Tan Yun Shan has been deemed one such modern pilgrim scholar by many historians. He spent a lifetime teaching and studying in China Bhavan, the faculty of China in Shantiniketan, which was built with his inspiration, efforts, and supervision in 1937. China Bhavan thus became the living symbol of Gurudev's vision that Shantiniketan would be the place where the whole world makes its home in a single nest. China Bhavan played a major role in this grand vision. It had the largest collection of Chinese literature and manuscript in Asia outside China at that time. They included the sacred Buddhist texts, for example, copies of the Tripitakas, the original of which were lost in India, but were preserved and maintained through the age by Chinese scholars. The China Bhavan became the hub of visiting Buddhist scholars from all over the world, especially from South and Southeast Asia, particularly Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, Laos, and Cambodia. China Bhavan students flocked to study Chinese under the tutelage of Professor Tan Yun Shan, Shu Lu, Wei, and others. Perhaps the most elegant tribute to my father's endeavor to test Gurudev's ideals can be paid to his efforts to transplant his whole family from China to India. His goal was to exchange the ideas and cultures of the two great civilizations. In Shantiniketan, the family relished and assimilated the ethos, the art, the culture, education and literature, and built strong ties. Despite some difficulties, I dare say, my father's idealism and enthusiasm had rubbed off on us. Gurudev's ideas and unique education system had permeated our souls. Thank you. Right now I am Ashrafuzzaman. I'm talking on behalf of Vancouver Tagore Society as the secretary of it. And so welcome to this event. This is the, as you know, this is the 5th West Coast Tagore Festival. And we are on our 5th year because, and only because of all of your support. All the volunteers, all the members, and all the people who come here on a weekend, sacrificing their family life or some other activities, come here and encourage us. And that's keep us running. Thank you very much. So I don't want to say a lot of words. I just want to say that we thank the City of Richmond for the generous support for this event. It started with their support, with their encouragement 5 years back, and they had kept our trust, their trust on us to keep it going, and hopefully it will go beyond. So I want to thank you, Councillor Carol Day, for coming and inaugurating the program. The program was inaugurated last 2 years by the mayor, but we are more than happy to have Councillor Carol Day here. And once again, thank you. And with that, I want to say one thing about this China thing, right? So this time we decided that we'll have the theme China and Tagore. And that's why you have heard about Professor Tan Yun-shan, who is the son of Lee Tan, who is the president of our society. And we wanted to, and Tagore had a strong contribution in restarting the communication and exchanges between India and China. India means the subcontinent India. That had a very old history, and we wanted to have some speeches on that and from scholars. But since Lee Tan is not being able to come here, so it's kind of like a mute thing to have this discussion without him. So what we decided that we'll have a separate academic session sometime in the summer or late spring, and for all those deliberations and discussions and scholarly presentations. However, since we had already said that we want to have the theme China and Tagore, so we have among others some Chinese poets who will be reading their poems, and we also have two partners from China origin, the Asian Canadian Writers Workshop and the PCHC, Pacific Heritage. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's about the Museum of Migration, and they have a display here. And so we thank them for their partnership. World Poetry is our partners for very long, and we welcome them back and thank you for their partnership. Our media partnership is Shaw Multicultural Channel. We thank them too. And finally, one more time, I want to thank you, the City of Richmond. Thank you, enjoy, and we have a long program, and I think every item will be very attractive to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Duke Ashrafuzzaman. As some of you might know, that he's currently living in USA, so we also thank him again for his long distance relationship, though it's not complicated, but it's difficult, we understand. But thank you anyway. Our next performance will be a song. Pritika Biswas and Pranjal Biswas will be singing the next song. They were taught by Abhinanda Mukherjee. We also thank her. Let's enjoy. They will be singing Dariye, acho, tumi, amar, ganer upare.
Dariye, acho, tumi, amar, ganer upare. Dariye, acho, tumi, amar, ganer upare. Amar shuguri bacharo, ami paini tomar re. Tagore was also very spiritual in his outlook to life, very deep, meaningful. She published the first poetry anthology, Through My Eyes, last year, and her link to Tagore, she actually won 4th place in the Tagore contest, and I'd like to invite her up. Welcome, Deborah.
Thank you.
So what is the title of your award winning?
Voices of Nature.
Voices of Nature. And what inspired you to write that?
A camping trip. When I woke up in the morning, I went out in the forest and sat, and the forest gave it to me.
The forest gave it to her. Here you go. Deborah Kelley, with your poem.
Thank you. This is entitled Voices of Nature. I am wind rustling through the trees. I am fire, I dance upon the breeze. I am water, I quench the thirst of life. I am earth, and from me all is born anew. I am nature, I feed the passion of man's spirit in his search for solitude. I am wilderness, in me seek peace and a home for the heart. I am night, and with the help of the moon I cast silver beams to the earth and upon all who live there. I am Mother Earth. I ask for mercy and kindness. If you must take from me, replenish my store. If you don't, my arms cannot carry you anymore. I bear the scars of man's ignorance upon my brow, and the stitches of his foolhardiness line my heart. I cry for my children. I am music, blending with the harmony of God's universe. I speak to all who will listen, all who wish to understand this spiritual quest we are on. I touch the hearts and cords of physical man. I feed the hunger of his spirit, caught in a cage in time. I am seated. God's balance resides within the well of the heart. The river of life and of knowledge rests so very deep in my soul. Balance, balance, balance. I am whole. I plan to read another one here, and we've already heard it. We love Tagore, so it doesn't matter. It's called Freedom. And I think, too, we read it different ways. So, freedom from fear is the freedom I claim for my homeland. Freedom from the burden of the ages, bending your head, breaking your back, blinding your eyes to the beckoning call of the future. Freedom from the shackles of slumber wherewith you fasten yourself in night's stillness, mistrusting the star that speaks of truth's adventurous paths. Freedom from the anarchy of destiny, whose whole sails are weakly yielded to the blind, uncertain winds, and the helm to a hand ever rigid and cold as death. Freedom from the insult of dwelling in a puppet's world, where movements are started through brainless wires, repeated through mindless habits, where figures wait with patience and obedience for the master of the show, to be stirred into a mimicry of life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deborah. That was wonderful and touching.